Can't keep my dick in my pants. Ay, my bitch don't love me no more. Ay,
Welcome back to my channel. I hope everybody watching is having a great day today. As you can tell from the title of this video, this is going to be a little bit different from the content I'm usually making. Usually I'm making sneaker reviews, talking about news that revolves around the sneaker community, but today I wanted to discuss something else, vaping, and how I was able to overcome my nicotine addiction. Vaping was introduced to me back in high school, which was actually quite a while ago for me. I probably started vaping around 2009, 2010. This is when I was going from freshman to sophomore year. At the time, I used to actually smoke cigs, which is disgusting. I wasn't as bad as some of my peers, but I smoked close to about a pack of cigs every week or week and a half. Newport 100s to be exact, which is one of the most toxic cigarettes on the market.
Oh my God!
It was pretty miserable. I used to wake up in the morning, get ready for school, and in the shower I would cough up this gray phlegm. That's when I knew I should slow down or stop completely.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Thankfully for me, our small little town just got a new smoke shop. Whereas before the shop opened, we would have to get all of our smoking supplies from gas stations or from Satori Imports, which is a small local heady shop that sells pieces, tapestries, incense, hacky sacks, and other heady items. Hearing about this new shop was actually the first time I ever heard about what a vape was, besides the old school vaporizers for smoking weed. Luckily for me, one of my buddies had a relative that worked there. At the time I was only 16, so I couldn't legally buy nicotine products. So my friend whose cousin worked there snuck us in one night, and when they were closing, I got to try my first vape. Unlike the different options of vapes these days, there was only one option back then, which was a stick-like, cigarette-looking vape with the old-school screw-on cartridges. Basically, the long part was a battery, and the cartridge at the end was a metal cylinder with cotton that you would drip your liquid onto, and then you're ready to go, ready to vape. I believe the first flavor I ever tried was grape ice, and I was instantly hooked. I got a pretty good buzz off a couple hits, and it was very similar to a cigarette buzz. But I didn't stink or have bad breath afterwards. So I went on using this vape until later people started to develop more powerful tanks and batteries. When the vape scene was at its peak and everybody was vaping and building their own coils and drip mods were being built, I was the king of vapes. You couldn't find me without a vape in my hands. I stuck with this trend for a very long time. I mean, I was addicted to nicotine. I needed to vape. Whether it was a Juul, a Boulder, a disposable, a box mod, I did not care. I just needed my nicotine fix. After I graduated, I still vaped, but I did start to notice very small complications. I felt like I was getting sick more often than I used to. I noticed my teeth were still yellowing, not quite as much as when I used to smoke cigarettes, but enough for me to notice a very small layer of enamel built up on my teeth. I had a feeling that a lot of this buildup was caused by the high amount of sugars which are used in the vape juice, but I still couldn't quit. I was irritable without my vape, sometimes even violent.
Give me your fucking money!
Every day I would wake up, I would reach for my vape and start the day off with a cancerous buzz that I craved. Right around this point in my life, I had a lot of stress. Me and my ex of 4 years broke up, who I was living with. I had to move back to my dad's house. During this time, I vaped and drank quite a bit. I would vape and crave nicotine even more when I was drinking. I really wanted to stop vaping. It was affecting my respiratory system. I noticed I was a lot more winded when I would skate and snowboard, but I didn't know how to quit. I tried briefly, but I would buy a new vape within the week. It seemed almost impossible to quit. Then, the worst thing that could possibly happen to anyone happened to me. I woke up one morning to my dad having a stroke. 2 to 3 weeks later, he passed in the ICU. Let me say, I do not wish the death of a parent upon anyone. It's absolutely devastating. This huge life event was my personal push to really put down the vape and quit nicotine for good. You see, my dad was a huge cigarette smoker. He smoked Camel Blues about a pack a day. This is truly what caused his stroke and other health complications, eventually leading to his passing. This really made me think to myself, do I want that to be me when I'm older? Do I want to wind up in the same situation just because a simple hit of gratification? No, I can't let that happen to me. I love life. I still have so much left I want to do with my life before I die. I want to go out on my own accord and not because of something that could have been prevented. so I use this as my motivation to stop vaping. I quit vaping on February 8th, 2022, and now, as of making this video, it has officially been 1 year completely nicotine free. It honestly feels amazing not being dependent on a substance to get me through the day. I did have a rough couple of months at first. When I quit the first few months, I had a lot of issues getting sleep. I was having migraines throughout the day. But that all went away about 3 months after I quit, and currently I feel like my lungs are a lot healthier. I don't get as winded when I'm skating. I've started to do more cardio in my workouts. Trust me, if I can quit, you can quit too. I was addicted to nicotine for 10 years of my life, and I quit cold turkey. I want everybody watching this to use my story in this video as motivation to help you quit as well. There is a lot of non-nicotine alternatives you can switch to until you fully quit. Melatonin vapes, mint vapes, non-nicotine vapes. All of these options will help, but don't become dependent on that either. The goal is fully to quit vaping. It's not healthy. The human lung is not made to ingest anything besides normal breathing air. I encourage you to find your reason to quit, and this can be applied to any form of addiction, not just vaping. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. I'll reply to as many people as I can. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did. If you're someone who vapes and you would like to quit, just remember you can do it. Find yourself some motivation or a reason to go through with quitting and just quit. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day.